announcements in the beginning. How about that?
Oh,
Like how our show's going to go live on Thursday.
Oh yeah, the
I,
people need to know.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm checking Twitch and YouTube. YouTube is live. Twitch is behind today. All right, Twitch is
I
I see
live.
this.
just got our YouTube notification.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the chat there because it sometimes it gets crazy. Someone says hi.
Gotta be
Pop
ready.
off, chat.
And then they
Pop off.
just go. They don't stick around too long if you don't respond on YouTube. They're like instant gratification types of people on there.
All right. Let me do this. We good?
We're good. We're live.
We're live. All
We're
right,
ready.
guys. We're live. We're
Hi,
about
you
to start the
guys.
show. Annyeonghaseyo, and we're good to go. Dude, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. My name is Mark,
I'm Vic.
I'm Evelyn.
and we are To Live and Talk in LA.
Yes.
Wednesday has become my third favorite day of the week, guys, and it's because of you.
Only third?
Third.
Yeah, you know, because Mondays is for the grind, and who who was that guy? Like he was like he was on every fucking YouTube ad for about like 3 months of how he had like a core like all these sport cars and his name is like Gary or something, and he talks about the grind and how he loves Mondays and he can't wait for the grind. Is this,
What?
if I showed you who he was, if I knew how to name him, you would know exactly who he is. He's just like this like motivational speaker slash like bro, and Mondays were his favorite day of the week, and it was because of the grind. He got the whole weekend was to get him ready for said grind, and he was hungry. He wanted more.
Is it Gary
So
No.
Parrish?
Who?
Gary Parrish?
I don't think so.
I
I don't know.
googled grind
I think
Gary YouTube, and that's the top guy.
Well, I mean,
that's not him.
are you sure it's not his OnlyFans? Because Grinder Gary is a little bit different. I follow him.
It was a
I
risky.
like
It was a
Gary
risky
on the
Google search.
grind.
Yeah,
No, yeah, grinder is a little risque, but Gary on
Yeah.
the grind, that sounds like something we could plug into an
it's
ad.
out there.
Like, I don't know. Like, he always talked about Mondays being the best day, and like,
I think he's
I'm just not.
wrong.
Yeah.
I don't
Are
buy
you
it. I don't
adopting
buy
that?
Monday.
Okay. Let's exclude Wednesday as being our favorite day of the week because Wednesdays is when we go live on Twitch and YouTube to live and talk in LA. What is your favorite day of the week?
Right now,
Yeah.
it's Thursday. I'm gonna tell you why.
Why is that?
Every Thursday at 6:30 a.m., a new episode of Bleach: Thousand Year Blood War comes out on Hulu. So I live for that. I live
Yeah.
for 6:30 a.m. on Thursdays right now. Yeah, it's
You
pretty
know what else
intense.
comes out around 6:30 a.m. ish on Thursdays?
Hmm.
To live and talk in LA, you guys.
That's
How,
true.
how early you
You-
getting in there, Mark
You're
Lee?
you're such a son of a bitch, dude. I thought you were going there.
I thought he was going there too. I did. I totally did.
I was like, he's so proud. Fuck yeah,
And then
man.
he
No.
said anime. Wow. We
God.
lost we lost
Sorry,
viewers.
it's anime
Yeah.
is hot right now, and I'm not gonna go into that because I don't want to lose anybody that's listening right now. But I'm watching like 4 different ones, and they're all coming out right now.
Keep it for pillow
And
talk.
it's all good shit. Yeah, we'll come back.
Oh, okay.
What's
Well,
your favorite
okay.
day, Evelyn? I'll
Oh
punch it.
snap. You know what? Thursdays because we launched our I'm just kidding. I had back in my some assembly required days, I had a similar philosophy about Mondays where I really felt like I came in with bad energy on Mondays. So I try to flip the script on Mondays and come in with good vibes and then just hate everything on Fridays.
Mm.
So I kind of in this weird way, I think I love Fridays not because I love them, but because I hate them and that makes you love them a little more, if that makes sense at all.
What do you call that? That's called you're getting in the ether a little bit right there. You know, you're getting kind of like meta. I feel like, and I like it. You
Yeah,
hate your
it's
Fridays
a
so much that you love them now. You come full circle.
yeah. You're like
Cerebral.
you can't
That's the
really
word I
hate
was looking
anything.
for.
Yeah, cerebral. It's really expanding.
Yeah.
It's one of those like they say that hatred and anger is like secondary emotion, and
Mhm.
Mhm.
really there's just something else behind it all. So why not love it all anyway? Wow,
Yeah.
we're really getting in deep today.
Hey, for those people in the chat that need to hear it, there you go. Some positive vibes for you. 'Cause I'm never bringing that stuff, but that's valuable. So hopefully they're
Mhm.
Oh, we'll
jotting this
talk,
down,
Vic.
taking
Just you
notes.
wait.
Yeah.
Just you
Uh,
wait.
I think Tuesdays right now have been trending for me as my favorite days because I've been using those evenings to sit down and write.
Mm.
What are
And
you writing? Cookbook?
my manifesto when I overtake,
Mm.
the overthrow of the government. It's with my militia.
You
Oh,
have to
coming
have
soon?
those, and they have to be
Yeah,
ready in advance. That way, people are like,
yeah,
"Whoa, he was really like working on this and cooking for a
yeah.
while." You know,
Well,
Strategically
can't do the
placed.
day
yeah,
before. It's like then you just did it on a whim. You know, this is
yeah.
real.
Mm.
He just
Yeah.
had he was a little bit of a grumpies, and then he just did this last
Yeah.
minute. Well, if I were to, it's interesting because I've tried to adopt because I here's my thing. When I want to write jokes, and actually, by the way, December 14th, I'll be performing at the Ice House.
Nice.
Depending
Mm.
on my healing process, I will be carried up on stage like the bodyguard.
Hey, that'll get
So
some
that could
laughs already, dude. You're gonna prime
so
them.
that could happen if you want to hang out December 14th, Pasadena at the Ice House. More details to come. But I've been writing jokes and I've been thinking about the podcast, guys. I've been doing that, and I'm like, there's a little bit of synergy because like a tech bro, there's synergy. You never talk shit about synergy, and I'm trying to work everything in, and it's worked out where I've had to drop the Guatemalan off, and I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna go sit at a Starbucks and I will write. And thinking about the manifesto and thinking about there is something cool about writing on pen and paper. And the reason why I write everything is because the reason why I brought up the Ice House was I'll always remember when I did a show years ago at the Comedy Store, and some life events happened, and I just wasn't ready for the show, and I jotted all my jokes down on my phone on the notes app, and I said, okay, I'll figure it out, I'll get ready. I went up on stage, and this is my eating shit story on stage to just get ahead of it, which was I wasn't ready. I tried one joke, and you got to sell the
Mm.
joke. You're at the comedy
Mhm.
store, you're selling it, right? And it didn't hit, and I was shook. There's no such thing as halfway crooks, and I was just standing like Papa Doc, and I didn't know what to do. And the best part about this was it was at the comedy store, and it was at the Belly Room. And then I don't know if you've been to the Belly Room, but in the Belly Room, one wall is a mirror. And as you're eating shit on stage and you don't know what you're doing and you're like, this is
Oh
fucking
my
terrible.
God. Are you watching yourself? That's
I
awful.
look,
Just
I
dying on
look,
stage.
I
It's
look
tough.
up and I see myself.
Ugh.
And I said, dude, this is what it looks like to eat shit on stage. And I mean, the one thing is that life is about failure. And if there's one thing I know, it's failure
You're a
for many
pro.
different reasons. Yeah, I crushed it. And
Did
the
you
one
listen to season one of Some Assembly Required? Because there is no failure. There's just opportunity.
There she goes again. There she goes, dude.
Oh shit,
Hey,
dude.
I
Positive
see somebody in the
sin.
chat. Perspective is king.
Uh-huh.
I gotta
Synergy,
deliver. Synergy.
synergy. But like it taught me one thing, which was I need to physically write out the jokes because I need the muscle memory of like this is what I
Mhm.
wrote and blah blah blah. So that's why I did it, and that's a long way of saying like I don't think manifestos really work now if I'm writing on my iPad Pro because I got an Apple Pencil. And I said, I have this iPad Pro I bought for the show, the podcast, To Live and Talk in LA, which you can find on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or however you get your podcast, all right? On Thursdays now, because that was on popular demand. And I was like, I need to use my iPad for something. So I got a pencil, and I started using this for, like, my jokes. Maybe I'll start writing short stories and haikus and my Dungeons & Dragons campaign. And
Mm,
Nice.
nice.
it's nice to write, but like if I had a manifesto, I'd have to email it to you guys, or I'd have to unlock my iPad with no passcode. It's like I don't live that dangerously. So like, how are you going to see my manifesto? What's the plan here?
Manifestos need to be scribbled in like loose papers, you know? It
Mm-hmm.
has to be like that.
Yeah.
It can't be or written on like a typewriter or some sociopath shit like that. You know, you just write
I
it on
like
an
that
iPad like a
elegant
normal
script,
person.
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like really fancy,
Like
old
a
that people can't really read anymore.
real manifesto. It's got layers like that, you know. It's
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. You make it really far in advance. Write it on weird paper. Like these are the things that make it real, you know. But good for you for writing the jokes, man. I want to hear.
I want I don't know if you're like have you been playing Alan Wake 2?
No, I almost pirated it the other day though. I saw it and I was like, Mark talks about this.
Is this a video game?
Yeah.
It's a video game, and I'm obsessed with the story. And there's this whole thing because he's like the whole premise. He's a writer, and he gets sucked into the dark place. But the whole premise is he's writing on a typewriter, and there is something so like it's just sounds. It's the sound of the clickety clacks is very soothing to me. I don't know, there's certain ASMR sounds that will totally make me feel good, and one of them is clickety clack on the typewriter. But like, you see, like it's not the keyboard though. That's the thing, because I need the
You want the like
yeah, get
Yeah.
the little things hitting it. And
These are mechanical keyboards.
yeah,
I'm
It's not
just
it, though.
saying
that's not it.
you can
No,
find
I
your
used- I
sound.
had
You
a-
pick your sound. That's
it's
all I'm
not the
saying.
same. It's not the
Okay.
same. It's close though. I will give you
has-
that.
it
Like there are
runs on
some keys that
electricity.
feel good. Yeah.
It's close. It just makes me think of a bunch of like Korean kids at a PC bang playing Counter Strike. Like like when I hear that, that's
Shots
very
fired.
specific.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
put my keyboard down. Never
Yeah.
mind. Continue.
very very specific. If you know PC bangs, then you know what's good. But like there's something about the typewriter just sounds good. But you, if there was a typo in the typewriter, what was? I actually don't know this. Like, what do you do to go and undo that? Do you white it out or something? Is that what? How
Yeah.
that works?
I'm like, is somebody's fire alarm going?
Yeah, it's
Somebody backing
someone's-
it up, or
Someone's
Yeah.
mom's backing up.
Is somebody
Girl.
back in that asset?
Yeah.
I think.
Is
I think to answer your question, they have erasers, but it's just like not. It's not like backspacing, you know. You're
Oh, I had the
limited.
answer to this.
Oh.
Sorry, my attention span is really small.
Sis-
Yes, there is a patch. They did have little whiteout things or little just you can cover it situation and then type over it. Or if you didn't have that, you're just typing over your own letters.
Yeah, I like that. I want a typewriter.
I was
like
at,
I,
sorry, go ahead.
no, I just want a typewriter for it's like just for if there's one thing, and because I'm a very minimalist in terms of like my place, like I don't really care about what's laying around. Like, oh, here's mementos. I would like a typewriter. I'm saying that right now.
I found a typewriter today.
What?
I was just at work, so I'm starting this new job, and there's just stuff everywhere, and I've just been opening. I just open everything and just look in there now just to see what it is, because I'm gonna eventually have to like figure out what to do with it. And if there's a typewriter, it's like it was in a box. It was in a big ass box. I opened it up, and it's like a typewriter, and it's heavy, but it was like a modern typewriter, and I'm like, I'm gonna take this if nobody's using this, because I love keyboards, as you guys know. This is gonna complete my collection as an actual typewriter. So I'm gonna report
Yeah.
back or let you borrow
Yeah,
it
bring it back.
so you can live your dreams.
What are your ASMR sounds?
I don't do a lot of ASMR. I will say I do like sounds. This is not totally related, but just this last week, I customized all the little sounds and beeps and boops that my computer makes to be satisfying to me. So it's not ASMR, but I think it's in the vein of sounds.
That's still satisfactory though,
Yeah.
because I used to do that a lot. Now I live on like my phone's perpetually not on sound. But back in the day when sound was still cool, I used to do that on my phones. But I think ASMR, I like nature sounds. Like just I share these on my Instagram at Evelyn to Deep. Catch me on Insta. I share a bunch of like a Zen, like this is a don't think about things. It's just like running water in a forest and like nothing else. No extraneous noise, not even like the birds chirping. It's just literally like the thing. That really gets me. It's soothing.
Can we talk about ASMR more? I have a question for the group.
Yeah,
Okay.
hit us.
What percentage of okay, ASMR as a whole, what percentage of that do you guys think is just made for dudes jerking off? Because I feel like ASMR is just this thing that is immediately you think about just like dudes jacking off, and so I just don't know if it's real. Like, do you guys ever listen to ASMR like actually, or like know anybody that does? Because I feel like there's all kinds of ASMR, but I feel like most of it is just used for evil, you know?
I do come across a lot of it
Not
on
evil.
TikTok, but it is highly sexualized. Like it's
Yeah,
usually like some female stroking a microphone in some weird way
they
while
like lick
tapping
them.
on it with some long nails or
Yeah,
like just stuff that makes me feel like uncomfortable that I'm watching it.
Hmm.
So I do think that is happening, Vic. I think
like do
you're on
people
the right
like
track there.
listening to nails clattering on like plastic? Because like that's what they're doing, and like snapping and doing stuff, and then they just start like making doing whatever, and I'm like, I don't know who this is for. I don't get it.
Well, maybe I'm using ASMR wrong because like there are like I don't know. In my life, there's probably two sounds. One of them I mentioned that will make me feel at ease, and it just it makes me feel good. And one is the clickety clack. I love that Evelyn loves the nature sounds because like when I don't like that when it's too like when it's too zen and serene, I actually get a little anxious.
So
I'm
you're a
like the
city boy.
opposite.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
So if I'm getting a massage, like having water hit like waterfalls as the background, it actually tenses me up for a little bit, and I have to work my way into the massage.
Hmm.
And
I think
I don't know.
you're sick, dude. That's what I'm starting to
So
understand.
sick, bro.
You're sick. Like something's wrong in there. Why does Mark always like the opposite thing?
I don't know. He's a contrarian.
Well, not only that, but I want to combat you. Just to play devil's avocado. But like, I don't know about you, but like silence freaks me out.
Yeah.
When it's dead silent, it freaks me out. And then these, you know, the sound of the pitter patter of a deer running through the forest doesn't help me either. Like it
Mm.
kind of helps that it's not silent anymore, but I don't want that. I'd rather have like you know
Like a
Enya
freeway.
play, yeah, like playing
I
back.
know, it's like cars
Yeah.
like beeping in traffic.
I actually, yeah, sounds like that will make me
No.
feel like hearing cars driving is actually kind of nice.
So this week I actually bought earplugs because I'm so tired of hearing everything. I feel like something changed in me in the last like ever since I moved into this apartment. I'm like not at peace as much anymore because I'm always hearing something and it's driving me insane. Like they're stomping upstairs, they have a dog howling, or there's some dude with like a leaf blower. Like the last 2-3 nights I've been using these earplugs and I just stick it in my ear when I wake up in the morning, and I'm like my like second win, my round two kind of like nap that you get after you fall asleep and you wake up and fall asleep again. Like that 6:30 to 8 o'clock is like the best now because I have earplugs in
Oh
and I
yeah.
can't hear shit. Like it's the best. And
They
I'm
hurt my
actually so
ears
sensitive to
though.
noise.
Does it bother your ear at all?
I'll send you the ones I got. They're really good. They're super soft.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay,
because
bold.
I looked online and they're cheap. They're like $8 for a big ass box, and it's like the best thing I ever did because I just feel like noises really irritate me. When I hear someone watch the same TikTok 4 times, like the sound of it the fifth time is like toxic to me. I fucking hate it, right? Or like anything that's like repetitive like that, and I find it drives me insane. So like I'm actually using earplugs now. I'm like a grouchy old man. I use
So
earplugs.
that's full balance out here. We have some sounds in nature, but not
Yeah.
the city sounds. Sounds in city, and then no sound at all.
Yeah, I want to live in space. There's no sound. I'm tired of it.
Doesn't it sound like,
I
or
take
is it
that.
just
I actually think you literally hear nothing because it's like there's no air.
that's
That's my
frightening?
understanding.
Can you guys not fall asleep with TV on?
No.
I will, but I
I mean,
dislike it. Like it wakes me up at like I like falling asleep like, oh, that thing is on. That comforts me like The Simpsons, right? But then when I wake up and it's like 1 a.m. and I'm like, why is the TV on? I turn it off.
Well, we live in a day and age where you can put the TV to sleep after 2 hours, which is
it's a function I've never used. That's interesting.
Yeah, I
really.
have an
Yeah.
Apple TV. I'm sure that it's possible, but I just let it ride. I turn
Mhm.
off all of those like screen waking things and just let it stay on forever.
Well, we're a product of the growing up in the 90s. Like, I remember falling asleep in front of the TV, and then all of a sudden you'll get blasted with those commercials of Sarah McLachlan, what was it? Wings of an Angel
In the
or
arms of an
something?
angel with the
Arms of
puppies.
an Angel.
I was trying to send that to somebody today. I couldn't find it actually. And I'm like,
And
wow, is this like leaving our culture, our consciousness? I don't know.
you'll have
Yeah.
you'll have Michael Bolton, bolting out I want to know what love is, and like the
Oh,
in the commercial of all these CDs, which talk about one of the things that have been phased out of our life, which is a mixtape of CDs that were sold at 9.99.
Yeah, buying mixtapes,
Like
dude.
collections of
yeah.
CDs. Like who?
I ache for playlists on like Spotify or if you guys use like Apple Music, whatever, either or, that are like the CDs that used to be like those the hits CDs. And I know
Mhm.
they've tried to recreate playlists like those. It's not the same. Like the quality, the songs they were pulling together for those like O's hits, like with the really kind of looks like your background a little bit, Vic, like with those kind of like
Yeah.
The
exciting
now you're
covers.
talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
Now that's
exactly.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I miss
Well,
those. I need it.
here's a question for the group. Has anyone ever met somebody, or have you ever bought Now That's What I Call Music volume insert number here?
I feel like as a
Bought
kid
it?
growing up, we had one floating around, but I actually don't think
Yeah.
my parents bought it. I think like
No.
somebody gave it to them at work or whatever, and they threw it in the
Yep.
stack because we used to have like a tower of CDs, two of
Mhm.
them, twin towers of CDs, and all kinds of stuff was in there, right? And that's where I was learning music, and I think one of them was that.
Yeah, I never sourced them. They just appeared in my home.
I think that's how they always are.
Yeah.
But Now That's What I Call Music is something that is just completely gone, I think. I there's no commercials because you're not selling a CD, but are they curating a playlist, or do they do it for the love of Now That's What I Call Music? Because that was at some point it hit volume 79, and it was going on strong for a while, and it just disappeared off the face of the earth to me.
Dude, we need to
Yeah,
find out. We need to know.
I bet you they still do. I bet you they still do, but it's like it's just nowhere near what it was before. Those people were
Mhm.
like living on the top of the world, man. Just getting the top 20 songs of the season and putting them on a CD and selling it. Like, what
Mhm.
kind of crazy brain dead idea is that? But they did it.
Wait, how many did you say there were, Mark? What was your
I
number? Did you say
I said
79?
74.
I'm seeing the first one that I'm seeing advertised right now is 119.
Oh, I
Holy
thought that would be
shit,
higher
dude.
now. That's funny. I was gonna guess like 150. They do like one a year.
Let's see. Is this a UK thing? Holy.
Holy moly!
Now That's What I Call Music. Like
Whoa.
that is impressive, dude. Like they had 119 issues of CDs.
I'd like to see what's
Rest
on
in
there.
peace 2017. They haven't made anything since 2017.
Wow, they couldn't last.
Well, it used to be, let's see, UK, Ireland, South, it like changes like country every year.
It's probably just getting passed around. It's
Yeah,
like
South
nobody
Korea
wants
was
this
the
thing
last one
anymore. South Korea.
in 2017.
Wow.
Sing, yeah, that's it.
Now That's
Rest
what
in
I call
peace.
BTS. That's what it is.
That's right. That's exactly it.
You know what? We can carry on the memory of now that's what I call music though. I'm gonna give somebody for Christmas a mixtape or a playlist and I'll call it now
Mhm.
that's what I call music. You know?
I like that. You
We can
should
do
do
it.
it and then we can share it on the pod.
Yeah. Maybe I will.
Sharing playlists is because I have to assume you guys are Spotify.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Come
I'm
on,
Apple
dude.
Music. So how do we share?
You can.
There are ways you can listen to it on the internet.
Maybe you can export it as like a CSV and then plug it into Apple Music somehow. I don't know, but
Or
you're
you
yeah,
can
you're
create it and then we'll have both. We're inclusive. Like all of our, this is transcribed, for
Hmm.
example.
Are you impressed with the transcription, Evelyn?
I
there you
am.
go.
I am. I do think that this is important. We've talked about the deaf community on here before, and I
Yeah.
feel like they should have access to live and talk in LA with us. So I'm a fan, but I don't know that most folks are using it unless you're like a millennial in the chat and you're doing like the caption thing and you don't actually listen to us. So if you are, let us know.
Well, it's. I want to know who uses transcriptions, but I also want to know who has the audacity and the gall to listen to our podcast at 1.25 or 1.5 speed.
I wish I could tell you. You know what I always wonder when I'm listening to podcasts is that can they know when I'm skipping? And I don't think they do because I skip a lot, and I'm like, I wonder if they look at the metrics later and see, damn, everybody skipped when this guy started talking. We need to get him out of here. You know?
Nah, I
Maybe
mean,
not. You don't see any of that stuff? I've never looked at it.
Wait, skipping.
Like if you skip 30 seconds, if I press fast forward in my car, it skips 30 seconds of whatever I'm listening
Um,
to, and it's the freaking best.
hmm
And I do that for podcasts all day. I'm just skipping if I don't like what I'm hearing, you know?
yeah, sometimes the bit isn't right. So somebody might skip through this and then on to the next topic.
Hmm.
Well, for anyone who skips or who speeds up our show, what if we just slowed it down?
Yeah. We're one step ahead.
Nice.
I
Can
forgot.
I
So,
can I pivot a little bit here? But since we were talking about I need some liveliness in this chat real quick. Um, we were just talking about childhood things, and I don't know how you guys get down. Do we get down with Mario Kart in this room
I used to.
before?
Well, there's some horror stories. Anyways,
Oh, I
tell
see.
us
This
about
is
Mario
what
Kart.
happens. Well, I'm so glad that you said that actually, because I came across this like post. Some researchers did this thing where they put a bunch of participants under a stress-inducing research thing, and it was playing Mario Kart. And Mario Kart is one of the most stress-inducing video games of all time. It raises your heart rate by like 30% or something like
Wow.
that. And
mhm.
I want to hear about this trauma a little bit, Vic, because I agree. I do think it's kind of up there. It's not my number one right now. We can go there if we want to
Mm-mm.
go with our number one most stressful right now, but it is in the like top of all time. So tell us what went on with you.
I mean, so I just feel like I've been playing games all my life, and I used to be good at Mario Kart. Like I just did. And when I had like an N64, even like into GameCube times, like somebody had Mario Kart and we'd play or whatever, and it just was like it was just part of like my second nature. I just knew how to do it. And then about a year ago, I was in Chicago at like with my girlfriend's family hanging out, and then one of them had a Switch, and they're like, "Hey, we should play Mario Kart." And so I'm there playing with like her kid cousins and like you know people that I was like, I'm gonna
Did
fucking
you get
trash these people.
destroyed? Oh
Yeah,
my
oh
God.
yeah, and I was like far behind everybody. Like I couldn't even drift around corners anymore. Like they're like, what are you doing? Like they took pity on me because I was so far behind. I never got into third, not even once. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's me that's changed or if it's Mario Kart, but something is wrong here. Like I don't fucking
I
play
think
Mario
it's
Kart
both.
anymore. I'm done.
It's kind of crazy, but I think it is both. Like this is a top five subjects that are discussed in my household. Okay.
Mm,
That Mario Kart has evolved and it's changed even in the past 2 years. Something about the algorithm is different. Like if you reach a certain like milestone, you're just gonna get crushed by the computers, dude. You'll be playing solo against the computers and you're not getting a podium. Like that's crazy. Um, what about you, Mark? What are your thoughts?
I have not competitively played Mario Kart in a long time. I'm going to put it out there
right.
right now. I am very confident in my skills to pick up where I feel like I could body a lot of people in Mario Kart solely based on the drifting alone. Because at some point I got really good at Mario Kart. I got
Mm,
really good at it, and I feel like the mechanics of the game has stayed the same. To
yeah.
some degree, there's probably changes.
No, I
I
think you're
think
right.
I think I I would hold my own, if not body, most people who like unless you're competitively playing it, then you're a loser because you're better than me. I feel like I'm very confident in my skills, and those kids that you lost to, I'm pretty sure I would have held my own.
You think you're better than me, dude, but I think you're wrong. I don't know.
I'm smelling a team activity here.
I'm not
Let
like
us know if you guys want to see this go down.
We should.
IRL.
I feel
We
like
should.
yeah, I suck at Mario Kart. I'm gonna own that. I've converted into like a just different type of gamer. I'm a keyboard guy, and I don't know. Like I don't know what I'm doing in there anymore.
A keyboard
I'm
gamer.
a keyboard
That's
gamer.
different.
I do some controller stuff, but it's just like really slow paced things, like nothing fast. For me, the most intense stuff for me is like these online games where I'm like fighting other people, like fighting games. Fighting games, I cannot play fighting games without smashing the buttons constantly, and everybody just laughs because they're like, you need to slow it down. But I'm so intense, so that is probably the one for me. That or like shooting games, because you're like running for your life. It's so twitchy, you know. Mario Kart's good too, but I feel like it feels more chill.
Well,
okay.
Mario Kart does a good job of kind of like equalizing the playing field. So like no one ever has 100% chance of winning. I feel like like if everyone is in the same kind of ballpark, unless you're some god tier South Korean pro gamer, or maybe it's Japanese because of Nintendo. Everyone has kind of like a fair shot because the blue shell number one will fuck anything up. So like that can just change the lay of the land, and then it's always, you know what it is? It's always that stupid banana peel that you leave behind. And
It
you're like,
is
it's
the
always
one
that
you
one.
leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the one you leave, and you leave it strategically in front of the oil spill, it just you leave it there, and you're like, oh, this is so good, and then all of a sudden you start doing your Tokyo drift, and then you hit the oil before you even go around the oil slick, you hit the banana peel, and it fucks shit up. And then
I'm getting nervous
played
just
yourself,
listening
dude.
to you talk
Yeah.
about it. Like, does this not make you guys nervous? Are you reliving that?
I will say this, the game, like, yeah, like, I feel like Mario Kart, like it's just a good time to me. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that's what it is. Fortnite is actually like any battle royale games that Victor mentioned, like where you shoot, like, you know, Call of Duty, like Warzone or Fortnite. When I get into the final five, I can feel my heart rate go up, and shit, my watch will go off too, and it's like your heart rate's going up, fat boy. You better chill out.
It's like actual pressure. Me, a grown ass man, playing some dumb imaginary video game. If you're the last, you're at the end. You're like, holy shit! I need to win, because you don't win very often in those. It's so hard, you know. It feels good.
Yeah, but Mario Kart, like,
I think it's because I suck at those games. Like, I can never figure out the like orienting up and down and left and right at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, that is just a lot for me. Like, mine is, I keep it in the Switch family, you know? It's Mario, it's Luigi, it's dance, you know, that kind of basic stuff.
do you play Smash Brothers?
Yeah. Oh, I love Smash Bros.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am handing out body bags. It's Smash Brothers.
Dude.
Really?
Yeah, I know Victor's like, oh, hey, like,
No,
yeah.
I'm not that good at Smash. But that's interesting. I
Me
didn't think you
as
played it.
Kirby is like
Yeah.
Oh wow.
another league.
Okay. We should play
we would like. It's funny because like you have no idea, like, because you think you're good, and like me and my friends would play Smash like there would be like almost a fist fight of like when we would play. It's like, oh, you're just being a cheap ass the way you keep doing the same move over and over again. You're like, you can't beat me without doing it, and then like
the
it
best
becomes
move.
like it becomes a test of like,
Yeah.
do you bite and you stop doing the move to piss off your friend, and then like
No.
and risk it, like you keep doing the same move.
I'm gonna grab
like-
you 6 times in a row. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, and you think you're doing good. And then the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we got wind of a Smash Brothers tournament. It was on the Wii.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was in fucking Cerritos or something, and it was at a there was 2 tournaments we went to. One was at some dude's house in a garage, and he did it there. The second one was
Did
like
you
in this
play in this tournament?
venue. Yeah, it was
Okay.
this
Not for
venue
long.
they rented.
What
No,
he did.
not very long. And like in the second one, like we got bounced real quick. So I've been to a total of 3 tournaments, and in the first 2 we did, like we got bounced real quick. It was just like lights out, And um, when my Wii control was still like synced to the Wii, and we're like, we're out, dude. I'm done here. So everyone's playing the game, and we're like, oh, you know what's up, dude? So like we're packing up, and we waited till it got to the end of the game, and I turned the Wii off.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, all right,
What a
Dude,
I'm
dick.
out.
savage.
And
Sore
everyone was
loser.
like, dude, 100%, dude. I'm a sore winner. I'm a fucking sore loser. You bet your ass, dude.
Yeah.
Like and I turned off the Wii. I was like, all right, and everyone was like, what the fuck happened? And I mean, we bailed out the guy who was gonna lose. He should have been fucking stoked, but we totally changed the course of the tournament just by shutting it off. And I have no, people are like, do you have any regrets in life? That's definitely not one of them.
No, heck no.
I would do it over again, dude. If I can
That's
get
probably top petty things that I've heard you do. I think that's up there. Top two so far, I think.
yeah.
I don't know what
Mhm.
number one is, but I know it's not that, but it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
I turned that shit off, dude. I was like, nah, dude, I'm not having a good time. You guys aren't having a good time. I would go back in time to relive that moment because it felt so good to just turn off the Wii. It felt really good, guys.
I'm
You
just
you
even
beat all of
surprised you'd
them
show.
on your way out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Who had the
exactly.
last laugh?
Me, because I'm still talking about it in 2024.
You're
Yeah,
gonna get like bad karma for the next 7 years.
Probably. And I mean, you know what? I had a good run with it. That's life.
I used to
Yeah,
play
But
Smash in high school with my friends, and then I came out here to the Valley, and I met my college friends, and they were so much better than me that it's like I couldn't even compete, dude. They were just on a completely different level, and I just kind of stopped playing Smash after a while, dude. I was tired of losing. You know, they're like, "No, you'll get better. You'll get better." I'm like, "No, I think there's too big of a gap here." You know. But I learned a lot about
yeah,
Smash from getting my ass kicked a million times. You know, I
yeah.
know what they're doing. I just can't do it myself. It's all right.
It's just like once you get your ass kicked by a Zillennial one time,
Mhm.
it's like you don't want to go back. And it's
No.
always a Zillennial. It's some like younger kid, and they're like, "Oh, just follow the rules, my guy. There's like a code. Look." And then they like school you for like the next 40 minutes, and you sweat and you're embarrassed, and you never return to the game. That's usually what happens to me, at least.
Hey,
So is
speaking.
Mar
Oh, go
go
go,
ahead.
Mark.
No, 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 you
Oh,
go,
I'm
you
gonna
go.
change. I was gonna say, speaking of fighting, did you guys watch the? Can we talk about the Mike Tyson thing?
Yes,
That
let's
was a
talk
while
about
ago, but I
this.
just feel like we didn't talk about it, and I just want
No,
to hear what you guys think.
you
I'll
go
start.
for it.
Well, I tuned in late. As you guys know, I've been watching a lot of anime, and people kept telling me, "Hey, are you watching this? Are you watching this?" I'm like, "Okay, fine." So I stopped my main show and tuned into this thing, and not to be like a downer or whatever, but I felt kind of bad for Mike Tyson, and I know that's like a weird thing to
This is
say.
what I keep hearing. Yeah.
It was kind of weird to watch. I know he made 20 million bucks, and I know he's fine, and he's knocked out many people. He's probably fine, but I was just like, nah, he's too old. I feel like there should be
No,
some some integrity to these matches to keep people from boxing old man. You know,
I'm on the conspiracy side of this fight
what's the
where I
conspiracy?
actually think because like what I see on my TikTok is folks saying that like, oh, actually if you watched Mike Tyson while he was warming up, like he would have knocked this guy out, like he had so much like this or that. And I'm like, what if, come with me on this, Vic.
Yeah.
What if Mike Tyson just wants to retire and the way to go out is just to be like, yeah, you know what? I am old and I did do this thing and I got 20 million bucks out of it and now I can check out and just be a star.
So you're saying that the conspiracy is saying that he booked this fight to make money and he could have knocked him out, but he just chose not to.
Yeah. And now he's just a legend forever.
I don't know. I just feel like he could have knocked him out and taken the money and been even more of a legend forever, though, right? Or they would have told him to fight some more.
Yep. Then he was going to have to fight somebody else. And he had tried this
Yeah.
with who's the other guy with the red hair? McGregor? Is that right?
Conor
Canelo?
McGregor?
Does he have red hair?
McGregor? I think McGregor has, right? Does he have red hair? I don't know. The guy with the big chest hat.
Oh yeah.
Didn't he try to fight him too? But then McGregor was like, nah, because who's gonna punch Mike Tyson? Why would you do that? Not just because of
I
the
mean,
fighting thing. Like he's older now. Like it feels insulting, right?
he
So
looked old to me. Yeah. Mark, you
so they got
boxed.
some idiot to agree.
What do
He
you
is
think?
old. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch the fight. I did not want to watch the fight
Yeah.
because I have a great um I have great love for what Iron Mike Tyson has done in his career. There's something.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna add a third thing to my ASMR, which is I love watching boxing highlights. And like there is something that's very soothing, like
About
about and it's very specific here, which
The
is
glove sound.
it's no it's when there's what because you see knockouts all the time when you hit them in the face, right? Like you knock someone out. I think it's very gratifying when and Iron Mike Tyson has done this before. I've seen a lot of highlights, and I've seen this with Roy Jones Jr. When you hit the body so hard, like you hit the liver and you set off the vagus nerve, and they go down because you hit their kidney or liver so hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, chef's kiss,
He
dude. It's
loves
like
that.
that is awful.
it's biting into like a scallop from Hell's Kitchen. You're like, dude, that shit is just money.
Yeah.
And it's like it's because it's one thing to hit someone in the face and knock them out because you'll probably knock them out and they're like out dazed. When you hit them in the body and it hurts so bad they go down, you see it in their face, and it's very it's
Yeah.
very soothing to me, and it's very gratifying because you know you hit the sweet spot. I love that. Um,
So were you afraid that Mike was gonna have that moment
I,
or
w-
what?
I didn't think I everyone kept saying, I think Mike's got this. I think Mike has got this because everyone is so blinded by their hate for Jake Paul, and
Yeah.
which is I
That's fine.
understand.
Yeah.
We all want to hate Jake Paul,
I'm like,
and
there's
I
a
don't.
metaphor to politics in there somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, at some point, Jake Paul will probably be running for office, and we will vote him in, and that's going to be kind of where it's at with him and Mr. Beast. I saw some posts on like the future, um, future people in the government, and it probably is at this rate. But
The chat is agreeing with you guys. They said he was tired by round 3 and they kept it playful, but he was tired. I didn't watch it. I have all these opinions. I'm so sorry. I didn't watch it.
no,
Because I also couldn't watch him get struck. I just can't do that.
I adore him, and
Yeah.
I didn't want to see that happen. And all I'm thankful for is that he didn't get knocked out because at some point, like Jake Paul is not the boxer that Mike Tyson ever was, but Jake Paul
He
is
could knock him
also
out.
not 59 years old fighting on one leg, and Mike Tyson's all about the torque. Like like that's where his power came from, like his hips, like Shakira, because they don't lie. And he didn't have that, and it's not gonna happen. And I just knew the outcome was gonna be this. And
Yeah.
I feel like every year we go through this whole Jake Paul fight. We're like, oh, he's fighting. He's not fighting a pro boxer in their prime. He's fighting Mike Tyson 58. He's fighting a YouTuber, and this is life.
I
And
just don't even know
is.
why this guy's
You-
relevant. Like, who is he?
I don't know why he's famous. That's true. I don't really know either. But you should watch a Mike Tyson highlight reel. Like you should, Evelyn.
Was it
It's pretty
good?
fucking sick. Yeah, I've watched it like 5 or 10 times probably, and I'm not even
Like,
a
I
boxing guy.
cringe at the ASMR
Dude.
that Mark likes. Like
Mike
the
Tyson was a
fist in the
beast.
face. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
They're wearing gloves. It's not that bad.
S-
Mike
Oh,
Tyson was a
okay.
fucking monster, though. That's the thing. Like he's devouring these dudes out there. It's
No,
really
I know
bad.
that's why it's so frightening. I'm like, imagine
pretty
getting
rad.
hit by that. No thanks.
Mike Tyson, one of his most scariest moments I've ever seen with Mike Tyson wasn't him hitting someone in the head. It was at a press conference. It was at a presser. And I'm not going to say word for word what he says, but essentially he says to the guys, I'm going to fuck you till you love me. And then he says a derogatory word that we don't say because of the LGBTQ. But
Wow.
there was something very frightening about someone saying that he's gonna fuck you till you love him. And I was like, that is terrifying. And I don't ever want to fight Mike Tyson just solely based on that moment.
I think he's got a couple screws loose. If it wasn't already clear before, it may be now because he's acting funny. Did you see the interview that he did with the little girl? And she's like, "What do you think about your legacy?" And he's like, It doesn't matter. I'm not here for that. We're all gonna die and turn to ash, and
Oh
legacies
my
don't matter.
gosh, what?
Life doesn't matter, or something like that. And she's like, "Thank you for that," or whatever. Poor thing. She was trying her best. It was really funny. He's a little weird though. And then the thing
Yikes.
with his ass, he had his ass hanging out. Just a strange
Mhm.
man. But yeah, he was a beast.
But you guys, is this just one of those classic like the football with the head collision and head trauma situation? You know, like he's 59 and
Probably.
he's taken how many blows to the head, etc. Like
Mm.
it's probably yeah, I'd show my ass on live television and punch a freaking 20-year-old too, you know?
I would do anything for $20 million. So I don't knock
Yeah,
him for that.
like, are you kidding me?
you
That's a
could
bargain. 20 mil,
you can
yeah.
name so many things, and I would say yes. Like I don't. The bar is really low. In the chat, Tyson spared in the first few rounds, not from knocking him out. You can see him pulling the punches. So I didn't actually watch the first few rounds, but I feel like towards the very end, I just feel like he could have just beat him up, but he didn't, and he bowed, and he was just like, "Nah, it's cool. We're just gonna play it cool." And that was out of respect. I guess that was fine. But
Yeah, that was the right move. Yeah,
yeah,
because
maybe.
knocking out Mike, man, we already hate him, and I don't even know why. They would just hate him more.
Everybody told me to, so I said okay.
I mean, you see Mike Tyson's ass. It's kind of that was the highlight of the night.
Probably.
Oh, wait, I got a good segue. Speaking of moons, um,
Hmm.
get it? Because butt cheek moons. Did you guys catch the last super moon of 2024?
Where do you find
What?
out about these things? I'm
The
not getting
witches
it.
know. I don't know. My
Yeah.
witches tell me. I got a text. I was like, yo, are you celebrating the 1111 Angels portal? And I was like, tell me more.
What?
And
That
then
sounds cool.
same kind of deal. I got a text message that was like, yo, you doing any rituals for the supermoon? And can I tell you guys that I actually went out and did a ritual? I've had this dream
Hmm.
of creating a moon garden in my backyard where I actually like night plants are in there. And I'm not
Mm.
even like a garden person, but I just had this dream and I wanted to go bring actual ocean water from a like full moon and bury it in my moon garden for the vibes. And I
That's
did it on
witchy.
the super moon. I know, I know. We talked about the witchiness a little bit. I love to pretend I'm an actual witch, but I went to go get moon water on the super moon, the last super moon of 2024. And I have it in my house. And my mom says I have to like give it intentions or something before I bury it. But yeah, dude, it happened.
Is your mom a
Are you
witch
guys
too?
into this? No, we're just Hispanic.
Yeah, that's true.
We're healers, it's different.
Mm,
But where are you guys with the supermoon? Like, are you even are you looking for that stuff? Like, are you just aloof, Vic?
yeah. Mark, do you want to go first?
It, unless there's something egregiously different about the moon, I don't really notice. Like, and when I notice the moon looks different is when it looks like cheese. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yellow.
when it's like super huge, and actually I'm also very mindful of full moons, and the reason why is because my mom, she used to work in hospitals as a nurse, and full moon energy is kind of a real thing in hospitals because that's when all the patients start wilding out because she worked the graveyard shifts.
Mm.
Oh, that's a real
And,
thing.
like patients would start getting sick, they'd get all crazy, and my mom would always say it's because it's a full moon. And so every time the full moon was out, she would point it out and she would always say, "Oh, the patients in the hospital must be going crazy tonight because it's a full moon."
Huh.
But the
Kind of
super
crazy.
moon, I unless you tell me, like it's just like National Cheeseburger Day. I won't know until someone aggressively tells me 9 times
Yeah.
over in a text or
And
an
it's
email.
always the next day. They're like,
It's
"Did you
always
get your cheeseburger yesterday?" And you're like, "Shit, that happened. Damn, missed it." We got somebody in the chat. Moonwater is my hippie name. Yeah, that Moonwater was a vibe, my dude.
Good one. I don't do anything for astral events at all. And it's like I just feel like people drive to different states to witness eclipses, and I'm like, I won't even go outside, you know?
Yeah, I won't do that one,
What
but
the hell?
there's just a
Supermoons, is it
lot.
just bigger? Is that what it is? Or what is the deal with the supermoon? Does it have
I
some
think
kind of
it's closer. I think
powers?
it's technically like we're
Mm,
closer to the moon, so it looks larger. I don't know if that's even correct. But there's definitely like I'm just aligned with I see energy saver mode is on my Google right now. Like
Mm,
energy's out there and it's all connected. Like the waves are happening because of the moon, and when the moon gets closer, the energy does change, and it's crazy. Like the full moon theory, like it just adds to that.
mm.
It's like aliens, they have to be real.
They
Well, now
have
we
to
know
be.
they're real. We can go there if you guys want to go there. But yeah.
I love
So
aliens.
a super moon looks like the Coldplay album cover.
That's a
Yeah,
Superman.
sparks or
Mhm.
what was it? Parachutes. Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gay.
You
But
knew
you
you
knew.
brought
You
it
said
to
it
us,
first.
dude.
Yeah.
Hey, what about the LGBTQ community? Come on,
Yeah. Well,
man.
I mean, I just don't identify as gay. Who happens to like Coldplay? That's just where I'm at. But no, like I, I mean, the moon's nice to look at.
I'm looking at pictures. I
I
can't
will
really
give you
tell the
that.
difference.
But I wish I was more observant of that. Going back to what you said, which is, if something is going on, please do the courtesy of tell everybody, because it's just like when you say, "Did you get your cheeseburger yesterday?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, tell me. I want to
I
be
got
in
you
the know.
guys.
Yeah, I didn't get a
Yeah. So,
cheeseburger
I'm bringing
yesterday, and
this.
I'm angry
I'm
today.
talking.
did you
Yeah,
guys look at
excited.
the Remember the solar eclipse that happened a couple months ago? Did you see that?
I watched it on TV.
No. I'm like, but you're not supposed to look at that. You're supposed to look at that somewhere else. Like, did you go? I'm not going out and fetching glasses with a special
Well,
label to go like look at the sun.
you can't even see shit with the glasses. You have to be in the thing, like in the the line that it goes in. I think for the total blackout, and then it's cool. But my
But you
understanding
can
is
still
you
see
can't
it,
even.
cover it. You can still see it, cover it. You just
People do
It's
it with a
you don't see the
paper.
double shadows. You know what I mean?
You know, people
wait,
poke a hole in a piece of paper and they go like that, and then they
mhm.
look at it on the floor. Like, what? What's going on?
Science.
Wait, wait,
Science and physics, Vic. Science.
It's just like
it's
it doesn't even look cool. Anyways, go ahead, Mark. Let's go.
it's weird because don't look at the solar eclipse. Whatever you do, don't do it. But get these glasses from Etsy and and go ahead and look at it's like and I did it. Which is, I looked at it and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then I started doing the math, which was, you can't really, if these glasses made on Etsy or some dude at 7-Eleven didn't give them to me, you shouldn't be looking at the eclipse.
Mm-mm.
Why am I trusting my whatever's left of my vision to this component that was made by hand by some dude in Oregon? I'm like, I don't know why I did that, but I rolled the dice and
Did
I looked
it
at it. I
was
was
it
like,
were they certified? Did you get the ones that have the certification on
I'm pretty sure they weren't because someone just handed them to me. It was like it's like
Mark.
it's like smoking a joint that someone hands you and it's laced with PCP and you're like you didn't know. And I
Shit.
rolled the dice and I didn't. I still have my vision.
Is this
But
why you wear glasses now?
actually, I wanted to show Victor because he thought I was appropriating glasses with my
Yeah.
Apple Avatar.
What the hell?
I
This
know
is the
you're
first
upset.
time you've ever worn glasses, and your avatar is just rocking them. What's up?
I,
You didn't
I don't know
unlock
why.
that achievement, dude. I don't know that you can do this.
First of all, I'm wearing glasses right now, and this is why if you're listening to the podcast, which launches on Thursday on Apple Podcast, Spotify, however you get your podcast, you can see us live on Wednesdays. And you can see I'm wearing glasses today because I wanted to show Victor that I'm not appropriating glasses culture. I'm wearing it right now.
Have I ever told you guys that I appropriate glasses culture?
I was about to make some serious allegations at Mark, but you just joined him, so I don't want to go there now.
I'm so sorry. I'm not wearing them now because I was telling Mark I don't have the anti-glare ones because all of my glasses are just blue light. I'm not visually impaired.
You're not
And we
visually
can
impaired.
we can
Shame
go
on both
down
of
the if blue light is even a thing because I know where I just wear them for comfort reasons and I'll wear them before bed.
I mean,
but
glasses make everybody look better, so
I
I
agree.
get it. I get it why you would want to. I
Mhm.
just think it's like one of those things that it's a small perk of being blind, and so if you're not blind, you can't have it. I just think it's like a trade-off, you know? You have to take
Well,
the hit to wear these.
I want you to know that even with the glasses, when I take them off, I'm I'm actually beautiful. I want you to know that.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like
don't
the
know where
hot
do
girl.
movies get that. You take your glasses off because people used to wear ugly glasses before. Now there's like
Wait, is that
styles.
Batman? I don't recognize that person.
oh my God, you're gorgeous.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so funny how
Mm.
they did that. I think that was just like a plot device or something, but it's just funny. Like glasses are dope. They look great. I don't know.
Well, see, I randomly will from time to time. I was like, okay, let me just change my Memoji on Apple, and I'll
Mm,
because this is what I don't like. I don't like when and this is an iPhone issue thing, Evelyn. So sorry if you don't have this problem because this is a
All right,
problem to
I'm head
me.
out.
Yeah, just go, get out of here. No, like, but what happens is someone changes their contact photo, and then the iPhone will then ask like if Victor changed his photo,
mm.
it's going to hit me with a notification saying, Victor, do you want to update Victor's profile? It's like if I'm putting Victor's photo in my phone, it's not I'm not letting him pick the photo.
No,
No.
exactly. I'm picking a
You,
specific one.
he's picking a specific one. The reason why I picked the Memoji is because if you don't want the picture, if you want to pick your own picture of me, that's fine. But if not, I'm not gonna give you my best headshot because that's weird of me to impose what I think is my best photo. I don't
Oh,
want
I
to do
got my
that.
best photo on there, dude. 100%. But that's okay. I get that. That's got you saving the best for yourself, You don't want to give
It
away your
just
product like that.
it's kind of like a little like tooting your own horn, right? Because you're picking your best picture.
Well, here's what I did. I have my dating profiles and I use my best picture for that. And then when I, got together with my girlfriend, I didn't have any use for that profile pic anymore. And I'm like, this thing is just sitting. It's burning a hole in my pocket. This picture needs to be seen. So I put it as my
Yeah.
contact photo so that, now I can use it for something. Because it's like, I'm never going to look that good again, dude. I got to use it for something.
I will
That
say that it was kind of refreshing to just receive Mark's, what'd you call it? Your avatar or
Mhm.
whatever, unprompted. And I was like, what is this? It's just like, oh, it's a thing. But
How does it work for you
yeah.
as an Android? Do you like receive it as an attachment later or does it show up?
No, we now have RCS chat. I love that you brought this up. Advocating for all Android users. If you have an iPhone, go switch your chats to RCS chats so that we can all just be friends together.
Oh, yeah. You guys can see videos and photos and stuff now, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to see actually. I'm
Nice.
scrolling through to see what it looked like when you sent me that. Did you send me a screenshot? Yeah, it just has it. I won't show it on screen because it has all your contact info. But yeah, I mean,
He's got
it
his
just looks like a
cute little
screenshot.
pink shirt on.
How adorable. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever seen you with these glasses. I have seen you with the rectangle ones, but
Mhm.
different.
They're very limited in glasses. But I just I wanted to change it up, dude.
Okay.
I'm sorry that it offended you because obviously it rubbed you the wrong way. But
Yeah.
as you can see, I have my glasses on today.
Good. Okay.
My Persols.
Yeah. As long as you wear them, when I'm around, I think we're fine.
Also, like, what was up with the guy? The guy was selling me the glasses. He talked me down from buying the Gucci glasses. I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe these Gucci's look cool or the Pradas. He's like, he can go with the Persols. Just go with the
Did you look
Persols.
extra poor that day or what?
I
Because
don't
usually
know,
they
dude.
upsell you. The girl sold me Gucci glasses before these, and I was like, I probably shouldn't. And she got me to do it, dude. I like those a lot,
They're
though.
probably like, nah, he's gonna degrade our brand. Let's deter this guy from getting Gucci.
Yeah, he totally kept pushing me towards the Persols. He's like, I think these are good, and I was like, okay, can you just like at least pretend a little bit that like of the soft sell with this whole Prada? And he didn't do that to me, and I was a little bit upset because I was like, maybe I do want. I had Prada glasses before this.
Maybe he just thought you were like super chill and down to earth, and he's like, this guy he doesn't. He's not a Gucci dude. He wants something more like reserved. But then you
Or
were
maybe
probably
they
wearing some
had
crazy
like
shirt. You always have crazy shirts on, so I don't know.
I
maybe it's
mean,
just employee incentives. Maybe
Hmm.
they make more if they get rid of that specific one or something.
Fuckers. That's
oh,
probably
Yeah.
it.
it's like the chef special.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Where they're
Do
like,
you ever
hey,
do you ever order the chef special?
I ask about it because I know it's important to the servers. But I I rarely actually order the thing unless it sounds good. My experience is that if I order it, I typically don't like it. I should have just got whatever I would have gotten instead.
So here's my question about chef specials, right? Because, or just specials. I was at a sushi place, a place that we recently discovered and we like. It's really close, kind of a hole in the wall. And we were sitting down last time. I saw a sign that had specials, and to me, specials means it's like cheaper that day, or it's like a thing that's like it's a sale or something, or it's like, hey, here's the things we want to sell today, so order them. And I asked the girl, I'm like, hey, so what's up with this special? Is it like cheaper or something? And she's like, no, it's just we just wrote it on the board. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? I'm not gonna buy it then. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. It's like, is it better today than usual? I feel like they just write a random fish's name on the board, just whatever they have extra. You know what I mean? If it's not on sale, they're not doing anything different. It's just the thing on the menu. You just picked something. Like,
Well,
I don't like that.
I feel like
Well,
that's restaurant error. That
Doesn't make
restaurant
sense.
sucks. Why
Yeah.
would they do that? Because if it's a special, it better be either because it's like in season right now because it's special, or
Yeah.
because they're giving me a nice price and it's special.
Give me $1 off. I would buy it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just give me
Any
something. Like,
some
fuck.
change, 2 cents even. One is a little cheap.
But like, I don't think a chef special has ever indicated that it is cheaper. It's whatever the chef is making that day. But it's always weird because like if you're at a Cheesecake Factory, it's the chain restaurant. It's not really a
Right.
chef special because they're just there selling off their Evelyn's spaghetti. Not this Evelyn. They have Evelyn's favorite spaghetti. But like, I don't understand the specials. Like, I understand what Evelyn is saying, which is the servers like have a kind of a spiel they have to do, and they have to read you the wines of the day, and they have to do the special. But the problem with the special is it never sounds as good as what's on the menu.
Yeah. It's always some kind of off, a little different or something. And I think that's interesting. Like, my problem is I don't believe the special. If I go to a place, the restaurant has to seem pretty nice. It's got to be pretty expensive for me to be like, ooh,
Yeah.
this is a special. This must be pretty cool. You know, if I go to somewhere that's just like 3 money signs on Yelp, I'm like, this ain't no special, dude. You guys are you're just writing something. Again, I really have to, it's like a Michelin star place. I'm like, oh, what's the special? It's probably different or cool, you know, but
Yeah.
I don't buy it. I think I'm
Well,
on the internet too much. I don't believe anything anymore, you know?
Have we? Do we like sushi here?
Yes.
Everybody here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Have we done omakase?
No.
No, but
Okay.
I've heard tales.
I think that is it's the only time I've really truly deferred to a chef. And I did omakase maybe a year ago or 2 years ago. We went with Javi, and you sit down and you have like 9 courses of sushi, and it was one of the best dining experiences I've ever had in my life.
They tell
They-
you how to eat it though, right? Like you can't do certain things.
Well,
There's a
it-
place nearby here that has like a rules when you walk in, and I was like, nah, fuck this, dude. I'm going to the place. I don't like rules, you know, but I could be open to it. They say it's really
Yeah.
good.
I
I crave that. I want somebody to just be like, this is a full meal, and here is the planned menu, and like, suck it or get out.
you want to be told what to do.
Yeah, but just like only in the sushi environment. That's the only one.
Yeah, I always love when people like like this is how you eat sushi, right? You see it on YouTube, and then like someone's like, "Fuck this! I'm not gonna comply. If I want to put ketchup on this, I'm gonna do whatever I want." It's like I don't. There's certain people that get triggered by just being told what to do, and they just start yelling, "I will not comply," and it goes into
I'm
YouTube
dipping
comments
all of
as
it
well.
in sriracha, dude. Give me
Oh, is that you,
sriracha
Vic?
eel sauce. You know what? I respect like norms. I think that I'm such a like normal and like non unreasonable guy that when people are telling me to like do something differently, I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm normal. Like I'm fine. I don't think there's very few times where I'm like out of line. And I am proud of that. You know? I'm not causing trouble at the airport. I'm not doing weird shit on the freeway, making traffic. Like I'm very much going with the flow, dude. So don't tell me how to eat my sushi. Like, yeah, I want to dip it in fucking soy sauce. I've been trained to do this. What am I supposed to do?
What? The one time I did order off the chef's special, I was severely disappointed because I remember it was something I was like, oh, I'm kind of eyeing the burger here, like or like something that was kind of like standard,
Yeah.
and I got lulled into the chef special, and they're like, I was like, and sometimes a legit question I have is like, yo, I'm kind of hungry right now, so I'm kind of looking for something big. This is work. She's like, you're gonna love this, and I didn't love it, dude. And I was like kind of pissed off, and it's like they lost me here because like I get it, you're trying to push something that there's a quota, but I told you exactly what I needed. I was hungry, and I didn't get that with the chef special.
I like when you get a server that will like tell you the truth, because I like to ask people that work at places questions. Like I'll be like, "Hey, are the chilaquiles good?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, they're so good." And then you get them, and I'm like, "Dude, this guy's fucking lying. There's no way he thinks these are that good." Like that's happened to me multiple times
Dude,
where I
I
got bad
stopped asking
chilaquiles.
them. I
Yeah,
don't
because they
ask
just
anymore.
lie. They just tell you it's all
Yeah.
fire, and it's like, no, it's not. Like you
Or
can
do
tell
you
me.
ever do the like, hey, would you like I'm kind of between these two things. Like, do you recommend this or do you recommend this?
Yeah.
And come with me on this. Try this next time that you do this. Pick the opposite thing. They recommend one, pick the other one, and it's always better.
Isn't it rude though? Aren't they like,
I'll
oh
be
well,
like,
fuck me, I guess.
okay, yeah, you know what?
That's
On a
good too.
whim, I'm just gonna go with the other option. Let me just
Yeah.
try it. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. I'm always torn between two options, so I do get to that point a lot. I'll try
But
that.
the problem here, and I've as I gotten older, is if you ask the server, what are your thoughts on dish X versus dish Y, there can't be a huge price discrepancy because
Hmm.
then
That's true.
they will always err on the side of, well, this is the one that's more expensive, so they'll kind of nudge you that way.
Get the steak.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
like if
Tama.
there has to be like a like at most I've done the math here and I've run it by NASA. I think there has to be like a $2 difference. And
$2 like
that's
20%.
yeah. So if the price is not aggressively different, I think that's when the servers are going to be more inclined to tell you the truth. If you're saying like I want like the cheese quesadilla at $7 versus the lobster roll at 29, lobster roll is always
Yeah.
going to be better. So you got to ask like in the same, you got to do the proper comps here.
I just like it and every once in a while, you'll find that diamond in the rough server that's like, nah, that's not that good. I remember every single one of them. I remember them. I went to get
Oh yeah.
pasta in Old Town Pasadena. She's like, nah, don't get that. You got to get the ragu. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay. And it was so fucking good. I went to a banh mi place the other day. I said, I'm debating between the Italian or the banh mi. He's like, dude, the Italian is trash. Get the banh mi. I'm like, okay. And it was really good. It's like, I just want people to tell me the truth. Like, what's not good on your menu. Like, don't let me order something shitty. There's so many things we can get. I'm down to eat. I like to eat clearly. So come on, guys.
I'm like, yeah, we can go on a food tangent every episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we basically do.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the server who does not write down your order?
Unacceptable. I'll ask them, are you going to write it down? And they're like, no, I got it. I'm like, yeah, we'll see. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm tired of it. Evelyn?
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it because I'm like, one of two things is gonna happen. One, they're gonna slay the fucking day away, and I'm about to be like, I'm gonna remember this guy's name on the name tag.
No.
Or two, they're about to mess this up, and I get to rub it in their faces because they didn't write it down. And now I get to go in on, excuse me, you forgot the ice. And, yeah, writing it down seems like a good idea next time. And they look at me like
100%.
that evil bitch. And I throw down a couple extra bills on my tip and I deuce it because that's user error. Either they're going to crush it or this
Yeah.
is like they have problems.
I only give a pass. I will only allow this when I'm at a diner and she's 70 years old and calls me doll.
Yeah.
Th-
That's fine.
Then I will you have earned those stripes to not take down the order because you've seen it all. You've done it all. When you're 25 and you do this flex, it's more of a flex for the server because when let's say you knock it out of the park and you're able to get my chicken quesadilla with like with chilaquiles and my Coke with extra ice. Let's say you did that. I'm not getting in the car with my date, Evelyn, and saying, "Oh my God, honey, did you see how he didn't write down my order? This, like, the food was good, But the fact that he didn't write down my order is mind blowing. There's never been a time like that because at most I will just say cool.
No, I get in my car and
I'm
I'm like, can
upset.
you believe that bitch didn't write down one
Yeah.
thing? Like, how do they remember that? That's sick.
As soon as they start walking away, me and my girlfriend just look at each other like, here we fucking go. Remember when we went to Cafe Du Monde and we ordered like 6 coffees and orange juices and a bunch of the beignets and she didn't write it down? I'm like, well, she fucked it up. What do you know? Our coffees were wrong.
But here's the problem with this is because they didn't write it down, they think you're lying.
Right.
They think you got it wrong. And it's like I didn't just want to trick you. Like, you know, there's no incentive for me to say gotcha. Like there was never that moment. The moment I want is I want something that I fucking ordered and it tastes great.
Yeah.
And
I get no joy in dealing with you right now. You know,
Yeah.
I just want to eat.
because what happens is you like, let's say you get it wrong and I call you and then you start to deny it. That food isn't made with love anymore. We've all had food made by somebody when they were angry at us, and you know how it tastes. You know, there's a sandwich made with love, and there's a sandwich made like, you want fucking mayonnaise? Here's your mayonnaise, bitch. And then they just start spreading it, and then they feed it, and you're like, that's not that good, man, because you could feel the hate in that sandwich.
I don't correct them. You're right. Like I'll just be like, oh, I was supposed to get something else, but it's okay. I'll just have it anyway. And yeah, I do that. You're
I'm
right.
so past that, dude. Like, I used to be that guy. I'm getting better at it because now I've said this many times in the show, but I just think I'm never gonna see this person again. I don't really give a fuck. I'm just gonna do it. You know, I do not accept my food being wrong anymore, just because I like eating too much. I can't do it. I'm not gonna sacrifice my meal just to make this guy feel better. Like he also doesn't care.
If it's like 100% wrong, I will send it back.
Yeah.
Like that happened the other day. We got like chicken parm and they showed up with chicken piccata. Like that is just wrong.
No.
Yeah, right.
If it
But
looks
like
good, I'll eat it though. That's true.
if
And then
it's like like I asked for like the pickles to be removed and you didn't remove the pickles, and I'm just gonna be like, oh, I asked for no worries, I'll just pick it out. Like, but I let them know that I know that they were wrong. You
so
know,
they hook you up with something later down the road. That's true.
they never do, those bastards. They
Yeah.
just let you live. I literally found an entire shout out to everybody who loves CPK like myself. I found an entire bug in my CPK salad, and I said, hey, they called the manager over, and I wasn't expecting anything to be comped, but like there's a bug in there.
No, they have
Do you
to
at
comp.
least think at least a free dessert, or maybe like we took the salad off or something? Bruh, why did they charge me for every single thing?
Oh no, I would have busted their
And they
asses,
didn't
dude.
nothing. I
No
was
way.
like, and I'm like a regular at this CPK. I'm like even more insulted. Now I remember that manager's name, you know?
That happens to you again, you fucking call me, dude, and put me on the phone with this manager because I will bitch them out. I went to Silver Lake Ramen some months ago, and I was eating, and I ate half the soup, and I found a hair in my soup, and I took it out, and I kept eating because I was hungry and I didn't really give a fuck. Right? It was like kind of long. It wasn't curly. It wasn't too thick, so we're okay.
That's the show title.
All right, dude.
There you go. See?
It wasn't too curly, it wasn't too thick.
It was an okay hair, right? Could have been mine. Seemed a little longer though. I took it out, kept eating. I found another one. I told the seller,
Stop.
I'm like, hey, you
Big
know what?
stop.
I hate being a complainer. I really do. I don't like doing this. But I just found a second hair in my soup, so I don't know what to do. And she got our manager, and he just came over and said he's sorry. And then he gave me free food, and I was like, thanks, man. I never
At
went
least
back
the
there.
free food, even at least the
Yeah.
thing that was wrong, like, and she was like, we'll bring out a fresh salad. I was like, ma'am, no offense, I'm good. I
wanna
don't want
eat it.
another salad.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't take it off. They charged us for everything, and I didn't go back for a
You
while.
find
I'm
something in
just
your
over-
food, it must be free. That is it.
He was in Silver Lake Ramen, and the server was sorry, long time.
You did call out the location too. They're about to get like 50 Yelp reviews.
Hey, you know what? They better
I
stop
went to-
putting hair in soup. And
I was
fine.
drunk. I was drunk in a diner, and I was eating a tuna melt, and I bit into it, and I pulled out a hair. And you know the sensation you get when you pull out the hair, and it's just like, and then like it tickles you, it tickles your tongue, and it's pulling it out. I'm like, yo, I don't, I can't believe I'm drunk and I'm eating this. And I remember like saying
I
like
could almost vomit.
I
It's
need to say
disgusting.
something. And my friends were like, "Don't be a bitch, bro. Don't be that fucking guy." And I was like, "Dude, there's a fucking hair." And we had an argument. Not we had an argument about this, which was I'm pulling out the hair and I need to say something. And I said something and they said, "I can't believe you said it. You're such a bitch." And I got a free pie out of it.
See, there you go. What you should have done,
Dude, that's
just
not right.
argue about it so loud that they hear you and correct it anyway. And that way you're not being a bitch about it, but they're getting into the situation.
I mean, you can argue we were making more of a scene, yelling about we found a hair, and we're arguing about do we say something. So, I mean, like it's at this point, it's not between me and the server; it's between me and my friends being aggressively loud and drunk, and
Yeah.
we're just yelling about that. That's what we.
Honestly, I can't even respond. I'm just still disgusted by you mimicking the hair pulling sensation. And
Because you know the
yeah,
sensation. Like if you're listening to this podcast, you could feel that thing just come out. And
that's
You know
gross.
what's
My
even worse?
stomach is churning.
When you're pulling it out, and you feel it break, and then it's in two parts. Oh, it's like
I
you're not gonna find
don't,
the rest.
I always fucking find hair in my food.
Yeah,
So
you
it
do.
really gets to me now. Like it sickens me.
Why are you finding so much hair in your food? Your hair
Fucking
or other
no,
people's hair?
man. No, other like Chipotle. Like
Oh
I go
no.
play at McDonald's. Like this, just eat the fucking hair mark in the chat. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think that's a good place to end this episode of Till Talking to Lay. So we're gonna pivot into a little bit of pillow talk, but just a little bit. But hey, who wants to take it? Where can they find us, guys?
Oh, Vic, you do it.
I will do it. I'll do it today. That's okay. He wants to start bouncing around, but I'm gonna do it today. Here we go.
No, I wanted to make it casual, guys. Like
Oh,
now we're
sorry.
just
We got
talking
all
between
weird.
the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Victor, you could have picked it up, but okay, go.
Check it out,
let's go.
guys. We're To Live and Talk in LA. You can find us live on YouTube and Twitch, live streaming every Wednesday at 7:30. And you know what? We're changing it up. We're gonna start giving you guys the recordings one day earlier. We're getting so much feedback that you guys want it sooner. So those are coming out on Thursdays now. Keep an eye out for that. And like I told you guys before, we're starting to post some reels. Thank you, Evelyn. So check us out on social media. Show us some love, guys.
Ew.
All right, well, guys, that's a good one. We'll see you next week, and good times were had today. Just pull the hair out. Peace.
Nice.
Another episode down, guys.
Now we're all
I don't
grossed
know.
out.
I don't know if we can continue. If Vic was sober midway through his food, found a hair, continued
I
eating,
forgave the hair. Just one.
found another one. Did you eat the rest?
No, I stopped at that point.
Oh, thank
That's what I told him. I
Christ.
laid them both out on the table. I said, "Here's hair one. Here's hair two. What are we gonna do?" You know.
That's honestly just, I can't. Like, there are a couple of places that I just, or things that I don't, bugs, like cockroaches. I don't do that. I can tell you guys about some cannibalistic roaches if you're interested, but
My
I don't
dad
do
found a
bugs.
cricket in his cereal one time. He was traumatized.
Yeah, no, you can't do it. Once one thing is in there, like that bug that I saw in that salad, like I knew what it was from a distance. I can identify that was a foreign substance, and it just was not right. And
What kind of bug was that? Do you know? Do you remember?
it looked kind of like a pill bug,
A pill bug.
like the roly polies, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looked kind of like that. Like it had the little ridges, and I just full send, dude. I was like, no, that's
Are
not real
roly-polies
life.
called pill bugs?
I think they're called pill
I
bugs,
think
right?
they are. A pill bug is a terrestrial crustacean. Like, it's called a freaking pill
Yeah,
bug. Today I
it's
learned.
like a land crab.
That's amazing.
Yeah. On the topic of like food, this is a good place for pillow talk because I know Victor loves being a regular at places.
I do.
Plot twist, he does
do.
not. I pulled in this. The reason why I'm drinking Starbucks because like I was tired, dude. I woke up early, had my doctor's appointment, I didn't get to go get coffee because I go straight to work and just hit the ground running, and I just didn't get coffee. And I decided I'm gonna get a pre-show coffee when I got home. And there's a strategy behind this, which was yesterday I got Starbucks, and if you use the Starbucks app, you know how like if you hit like if you go there 4 days in a row, you get stars, right?
I've never
Like
done
that's
that.
Yeah,
yeah, it's a
more.
reward. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I went yesterday, so I checked off the box yesterday. I'm gonna go today. First thing that happens, I pull up in a drive-through, and they're like, "Mark, you're here late." I get ID'd. I get ID'd at the
Damn.
fucking
With the
drive-through.
time, dude. That's
Yeah.
funny.
And it was weird, right? And then I ordered my drink, and I pulled up, and I had the app ready to go to pay, and it was the systems were down, so I got the drink for free.
Oh, lit.
But they're
It's
gonna charge
nice.
you the next day because they know you were there. They're gonna see
But
you
the
again.
but the problem is it breaks the streak, so I'm no longer eligible to get these bonus stars.
Oh shit.
So
Complain
But
to the
you already got
manager.
the free thing. It was like an advance on your stars.
yeah, but like the problem is like if I get stars, because I get a regular I get iced espresso over ice. It's one of the cheapest drinks you can get there. If I use free drink, I will go for, like the iced mocha or something like the high
Something
ticket items.
fancy. Yeah.
You splurge, yeah,
And now
fancy.
I'm not going to get these bonus stars because I got a free drink. And it's like I'm in this dilemma right now. And I feel like I should I be upset or should I be happy?
I think you have to go Karen mode.
I wanted to pay.
I wanted to pay. I wanted these stars. You have to make it right. Just gotta tell them. My name is Mark. Or you could pretend that I don't know. If people recognize me at places by name, I would be like, no, that's not me. That's Hector. That was Fark. You know, I'm not here every day.
Or Evelyn, you're regular places. People know you.
Yeah, I'm
Really?
annoying like that. I am.
Where do
Like,
you
there's
go?
an entire brewery that's like 5 minutes from my place of employment, where I incidentally found out that when somebody I went to high school with is like a manager there. But before I even knew that, I was like half befriending the staff. And then like I showed up one day and then the next day my friend wanted to go, so I went the next day. But that first day I told a bartender to as my D because he said he didn't believe in aliens. That's a whole other tangent we can go on. But
Yeah.
he they I came back the next day and they were talking about like somebody was in here yesterday saying this stuff and somehow they found out that it was me before I even got there. And this was like on a 2-day turnaround. And now the whole staff knows me. I wrote a fabulous Yelp review. But yeah, I am a regular in places like that. So I wouldn't I if something's wrong, I just say, "Oh, damn, don't worry." And then they just give me a free beer, you know?
Damn. That's cool. Breweries are cool. That's a nice place to be a regular.
It is.
What the one thing and I thought this is a place for pillow talk. Went to the Guatemalan's family friend's birthday on the weekend,
Mm.
and when I went there, I saw a clown. And I don't know what you guys feel about clowns, but it was the first time I've seen this. It was a female clown,
That's
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
and I felt like this was like the change in a direction we needed to see, like having a female clown. I thought it was kind of nice. It was kind of like,
I wonder if
I'm
people
honestly
who think
surprised it's
clowns,
taken this long.
yeah, like, well, you know how it is, though. You know, everything, dude. Even being a clown, guys had to keep that to themselves for a while. I wonder if people are as creeped out by female clowns as male clowns, like people who don't like clowns. You know, would it hit you differently?
I think they do.
Because
They
I think
do
clowns are
hit
man. I think of
different.
man when I think of clowns. It's funny Mark says that because it's true.
The females that become clowns are like equally clowny, if
Mm.
that makes sense. Like I don't want to insult the clown community, but they're so like they zoom in, like they're making eye contact and they're
Yeah,
looking deep down into your soul and they find your weakness and they exploit it so quickly and
yeah.
give you a balloon at the same time.
They go
Like
to
they
clown
insult
school.
you. Yeah, like they're yeah. The females also scare me. They scare me equally.
so you're afraid of clowns.
Yeah, but not like a. I don't go to sleep at night and go, no, the clowns. But like, if I'm looking at a clown and they like look at me for a little too long, I'm like,
Too
eh,
uncomfortable. Hmm.
yeah, why? That's weird.
Well, I think the problem when people make clowns scary is they're aggressively scary. You know, like they it becomes it like Pennywise. I think what makes a clown scary is if you tone it down just a little bit. You don't need to give it the whole like. I just get confused by the fear of clowns because like it doesn't hit me. I'm more annoyed than anything.
They're funny.
What about the serial killer guy? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, that's
No.
That's the origin. This is the origin story, basically, of why people are afraid of clowns. There's some dude that was a serial killer clown in like the 80s or something,
Hmm.
and he was fully employed as a clown, would do parties and things, and then was like murdering people. And I think that's like the foundational reason why people are afraid of clowns, because it was like a real thing.
Hmm. The more you
I
know.
mean,
You guys are not on Murder Talk? Like, are you guys not? We don't murder podcasts
I
out
don't
here?
do any of that stuff.
really? Well, like
No. True crime.
I catch things like secondhand, because like like secondhand watching, I'll just kind of like overhear things. And one of the things I was revisiting was the Menendez brothers,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and I I don't know if like you guys all familiar with the Menendez brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can give us a quick recap.
Well, like it's I can't remember their fucking names, but they essentially killed their parents over here in Beverly Hills, represent because West Side,
Yeah.
and their dad is like a huge like music mogul or something, and they kill their parents, and they do it with shotguns, and they just fucking blast them, and they think they're gonna get away, but then someone rolls on them, like the psychiatrist rolls on them and dimes them out because he like gives the recording and they say it. But like I remember seeing as a kid like the whole thing going down, and then watched like a clip or a few like minutes of the Menendez brothers, the Monsters on Netflix. I don't remember them being fucking as jacked as they were. I don't know if that's just a sign of like you're getting an actor, but these dudes are fucking ripped. Were the
But there
Menendez
were
brothers?
two, right?
Yeah,
There
there's
was
two.
one that was like a dramatic reenactment and one that was like actual. Which one are you
Yeah,
talking about? The
I'm talking about
actual?
the no, no, no. It was the dramatic Monsters. No,
They are
Yeah, they did
pretty.
look
Yeah,
ripped.
they
Yeah.
did.
you get full frontal male nudity if you're interested in that. And that's a thing in Monster. You don't really see that too much.
I'm good on that, dude.
I didn't, the storyline kind of lost me a little bit. I don't know why. I think it's just like they're painting so much of the details out in the courtroom and like the psychological stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know. I can't tell. Like, do you think they did it?
These guys are trending right
Oh,
now.
Or
they
like, do you think, sorry, not that they did it because we know that they did it. Do you think they should be released? I guess is a good question.
I don't know if the dad was diddling them and all that stuff. Like then it makes sense for the shotgun because like
Yeah, right.
Mm.
there's one thing being kind of ignorant. Like I've never killed a person, but I feel like if you were to task me with this, or I feel like I'm going off the rails, my instinct is not to go get a shotgun. Like
Yeah,
How would
there
you
was
do it?
hatred involved
How
for
would you do it?
sure.
it would be a
How
handgun.
would you do it?
It'd be a handgun.
What? What?
Yeah.
There's too much room for error with a handgun.
Well, how would you kill somebody?
Poison.
That's such a chick move, dude.
Dude,
It
it's
is.
easy. It's clean. You don't have to actually do it
Yeah.
yourself. It's plausible deniability. By the way, I found the name of this clown murderer man, which you guys should definitely know this. It's John Wayne
John Wayne
Gacy.
Gacy. I
He's like
knew it.
one of the, yeah, John Wayne
He was a
Gacy
clown?
was, he was a clown, but he wasn't like doing the scary clown thing where he was like using the clown thing for he was just separately a clown and also was serial killing and doing things with boys.
He's from Chicago, right?
Let's see. Yeah.
I think he is. Because
Illinois. Yep.
yeah, I was telling my girlfriend, there's a shit ton of serial killers from Illinois. I don't know what it is about that place. They're weird over
It's
And
there.
it was right before the 80s, 72 to 78 was his window. So he was in primetime serial killer mode.
it's the fact that they're a tundra. Extreme weather will make you insane.
Yeah.
So
And it's
yeah,
like, who's gonna go like smell a dead body in your house when it's freezing dick outside?
Mhm.
You know, -10 or whatever. I'm not gonna check it out.
yeah. I don't think I could stab somebody. That's my thing. Is stabbing someone is another crime. Killing someone with a shotgun and then stabbing someone is a true crime of passion.
That's funny
Unless
because I
it's
was gonna say I would use a knife if I was gonna
oh,
have
dude,
to.
no
It's
way,
it's
man.
right
Dude, but how
here.
many times?
No, just
And like
one.
where? No, you think you're gonna one? No.
What? What are you
Bruh,
talking
you're just
about?
gonna slit this. How far in do you go? Are you going for decapitation?
I don't
Like
think you
that's
have
a,
to go very far
wouldn't you
in.
rather just a little bit of cyanide?
Well, you don't have to go like this. You could just poke them too. I just watched it on Squid Games. You poke somebody like this once, they're done. That's it.
Yeah, dude.
Too much
Like,
room for error.
I
I
don't
get a
know.
little icky, like the fact, like, ugh,
They're gonna be gushing out.
yeah. I can't imagine stabbing somebody, man. That's just weird. Shooting somebody, it's different. It's
Also, anything in close
detached.
combat is just a no for me. Like if I have to get my hand to you before you can retaliate, like I'm not, maybe it's because I am a female. I'm not strong enough in my upper body. Like I don't really think I'm winning any physical fights against a lot of people.
Gotta go
Um,
poison.
yeah, so
Yeah.
you gotta be strategic. I think poison's my preferred, yeah.
I that's my thing though. Is if I die with poison, I'm gonna be upset. When I'm over at the pearly gates or down in the down below, and I'm like, how did it end up here? It's like, oh, your your Tommy's was poisoned. I'm like, ah, my God, I'm gonna haunt you.
This is so whack. That's what you're
I'm gonna
saying.
haunt you.
God damn
And
it.
we would have more ghosts, see? Because
Yeah.
stuff like that would happen. So if
Mm.
ghosts were real, then or poltergeists at least, like beings that could you know what?
I think
Aliens.
there's a ghost in your room right now, Mark.
Yeah, I know. Like,
I saw that little hand.
because that's what happens when you poison someone, dude. You get fucking annoyed forever. See, like if
That's
another
actually
way
the
of-
Guatemalan
Yeah.
poisoning his
yeah.
Tommy's ring.
That was her putting the cyanide, like the pine sol, in my fish soup tonight.
Yeah, rat poison XXX. Don't worry, CD.
Yeah. No, see, like another way, like I'd be pissed too if I died is being suffocated by a pillow. Because I'm doing something I truly love, which is sleeping, and all of a sudden you take me out sleeping. Give me
I
a
feel like
fighting
drowning's
chance.
pretty bad. Drowning's not like that's just hard.
That's well, yeah. I think Mark, I hear what you're saying, Mark, about like dishonorable deaths. Like you want to know who's taking you out, right? Like you want to see
Mhm.
them kill you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Like
so.
if I'm gonna go out, at least like I want to know.
I want to look at you in the eyes and be like, "Fuck you, dude!" Like right before I die, at least.
Stabs in the neck.
Yeah.
And I want to clear up the conception here. I want like because this will happen from time to time, and I don't really think this is what happens. Like when someone vehicular manslaughter and like the family says we forgive them because like accidents happen, they forgive like the person who did it.
Mm.
I want to go on a record right now. This might be my video. Will like do not forgive the person who did that to me.
They're not allowed.
Please do not, and do what you need to do
Go after
to get
them.
What do you prefer? Are we holding a grudge until we die, or like are we retaliating?
I
Yeah,
want-
What's the
should we
deal?
get litigious or should we get violent?
I want grudges and justice.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
and justice doesn't happen when you forgive the person for wiping me out because they had 5 Jessica Simpson margaritas and they drove home and they mowed me down while I was like listening to Ariana Grande and changing songs on my
Living
phone.
his best life, basically. Just
That,
being
that,
happy.
it just doesn't happen that way. So please, you have my permission to never forgive that person for that. That's okay.
I love that. I love holding a good grudge. So I'm actually really excited at the possibility there. You having to die
Yeah.
aside.
That's
Yeah.
the silver lining to Mark dying is that we get to be mad at somebody. At least.
Only if somebody takes him out, Like what
Phew.
happens if you just die of natural causes?
Man, that's
I'm taking it out on
That's-
nature.
yeah.
I'm gonna burn down
Not
burn down a
ASMRing
forest.
ever again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go punch a stingray or something for me.
Kill
That's
some
fine.
beavers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That'll be my death story then, and then it'll just trickle on domino effect.
No, I need that, and you need to hire like to hire like Ariana Grande to come cry at my wedding. I mean, my funeral, and that's it. That's all.
I don't
That's
know
really his
that I can
dream.
do that.
That's what he asks for at 11:11 every day.
Yeah.
Is Ariana Grande crying?
Or it could
Or
be like a
something.
heavyset black woman. That's fine too.
That's not as flashy.
You know,
It
one
could.
of those is more likely to happen than the other. Um,
Yeah, that's true.
I
It's
won't
good
tell
to
you which one.
it's good to have it in the back pocket though, just in case.
Yeah, yeah.
You can even get
I
like
mean,
2 or 3 of them. To be honest, you can really get a bang for your buck. So we'll see.
The opening number to Hercules will play.
It's the best.
yeah, you have to yell "Not my baby," and then as they as it's just very powerful. Like what seeing that happen. You know, like that's kind of just important to me. That's it.
All right, man.
That's good to know. I'll catalog that. I don't have any death wishes just yet. But if I manifest them, I'll let you guys know so you can live that out too.
Is that a good place to end it? We know what to do if Mark dies.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's a good plan, you guys.
Let's sleep on it.
All right, stream. We'll see you later, y'all.
Peace out, stream.